Hi, how are we doing? Today is time for a journal flip too. I will just apologize for the shit lighting throughout this entire thing, but it's the holidays, it's busy, it's also it gets dark very early, and I really have been trying to film this with actual daylight, but life has just gotten in the way of that. So we're doing it with overhead lights instead. But yeah, I rage quit this journal. I didn't finish it. It isn't finished. But basically, if you don't know how would you know? Wait a minute. I have a prop. This is how the inserts of that journal look like. They are it's not bound together. It's like loose leaf paper basically. And that really just worked on my nerves as I continued working on this journal. And I got near the end, you'll see I'm not that far off, and I got so frustrated by it because just the further I got in the journal, the more annoying it became, especially because, as you can probably tell, I am a journal that likes to stick things in a journal, and therefore it bulks up in size. So this was not very conducive to the thing, and the reason why I have a prop is because I added an extra insert to the beginning and to the end, and then this is the extra insert that I took out at the end because I already felt like I was going to be super frustrated, so I took it out, and then even then I didn't even finish the pages that were in here because I could not. Like, I hate stopping in the middle of a month, but I did that with this journal because I could not. So annoying with pages just not lining up right and things becoming loose, not working with me properly, and it became frustrating to use about here. So like a really big chunk, like not that far into the journal, there was still lots left to go. So honestly, I applaud myself for even taking it that long. I just in the middle of November decided I could not anymore. So now I am doing a journal flip through of this and how it turned out to be, because I do really like a lot of the parts that I did in this journal, and it contains a lot of great memories. So in that sense, I'll always be grateful for it. But like the actual thing itself, I hate. Like, look at this. You can even just tell how much just like sogs and just like doesn't hold the pages properly. And then, you know, the clasp has like made dents on the actual cover. It's very dirty, which is weird because I don't take this outside of my room very often, and I've cleaned it a couple of times and it still looks like that. And I don't know, not a fan of the journal, which is a shame because I was really excited to get into this once I did. You know, let's just say goodbye to the journal together. I filmed my flip through already on my phone because that's just easier, and you'll be seeing the footage now. Okay, so this is the journal. Let's dive into things. I'm gonna fold this over so that's not in the way. Look, like the buttons left this much on the cover. Okay, I really don't like this journal. Anyway, so this is what you get when you open it. You have this pocket here with like some pieces of scrap paper in it. These are just papers that I cut off from like Dutch stores and anything, so I got that here. And then this journal has these like in between divider things, and I decorated them with stickers, and then I laminated them because, you know, the stickers wouldn't like properly stick, and this way it stuck better. There we go. Then the first page I'm opening up my journal with are these wrappers that came around the journal that I just preferred keeping, so I have all the information about my journal right there. Then I always just write a bit about my life or like my relationship to journaling at the time that I'm starting the journal. So that's what this is. And then we're officially starting the actual like journaling things, I guess, in July. And that's what this is. But I always start with a little bit of an overview of everything going on that month, and that's what this is. I finished rewatching Ties Anubis, which is one of my all-time favorite like childhood shows, in July, at the very start of July. So I made this little like collage page for it, and I drew the logo right here. That was fun to do because this like the eye part I always used to draw as a kid, and it's been years, so I thought it was fun to kind of figure out how to do it again. But yeah, there we go. And then I also spent some time writing my thoughts on the show, because obviously you can just have a collage, you also need the thought. And then we have a daily for this new ice cream shop that opened nearby, and this is a flyer we got in the mail. I got a picture of my ice cream, there's a picture of my grandparents, hence why it's covered up, and then writing about the day, of course. And this is from another like shopping trip, so this is from a bag, this is a card from the restaurant we get lunch at, and that actually is my lunch. So we have my writing, and here's also already the first example of why I hate the journal, because this page is not properly in, and this is neither, because you can see what's on the other side. So I hate that. Next up, we have my library haul on this side. I actually really like this one. I feel like it turned out cute, don't you think? And then we have my first book review page for this journal, and that's for Not Quite Dead Yet. In my last journal, I had like a very clear format for my like book review pages. I scrapped that for this journal and just kind of did whatever I thought looked good. So I made a bit of a crime board, like, you know, a crime scene board on this one a little bit with pictures I got from Pinterest. And then my ink was running out, which you can tell. And I wrote my review, obviously. I think I did a journal with me for this on TikTok if you want to check that out. Then we have another like shopping daily I got. So I have some texts from things that I bought, wrote about the day. Then we have a page for I Want My Loved Ones to Go With Me by Noah Cyrus, that album. So on this side, this is also something I started doing in this journal. So on this side, you have my thoughts on the album. On this side, my ranking the first time I listened to the album of the songs. Again, I did a journal with me for this on my TikTok, I believe, so you can go watch that there as well. Alright, so then here we have another book review page, this time for The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. And then we also have a submarine wrap-up. You can really tell my printer ink was struggling for these pages. And then here we get into the vacation files, as I call them. So we went on a week-long vacation, and I just took the journal with me on vacation with just like a pen and a marker, and I wrote down just daily what we did, and that's what this is. Fun. It's a lot of writing, a lot of writing. I think that's just a lot of fun. I bought some washi tape, so I put in a little washi haul here. But for the rest, this is like the most writing in a row you'll see. And then after this, we're getting into like the decorative pages. But before that, I had this like extra empty page. I made a book review on it, which technically I finished this book after the vacation, but I started it on vacation, so I felt like it fit. And this is for first time color, and I did like split color to match the book cover, and I thought it was really cute. So there we go. I'm still very proud of this page. And then here come the vacation pages. I did do a journal with me for these pages on this channel, so I'll link that in the eye above so you can go watch that. But this is just like a little intro page with the map of Ostende, some random pictures. Again, there's a picture of me and my mom, a little quote, a business card from a shop we went to, and then some more random pictures. This is from the hotel we stayed at. And then this is another really fun page because here in Belgium, a lot of like the radio stations are at the beach during the summer. So these are from two different radio stations. This is from Q Music and the Q Beach House. And this, I have this like this postcard which has autographs from two of the like radio DJs. My grandparents actually went on vacation as well during the summer, and they bought home this card, and I just stuck it in here. I like didn't tape it out because this was like way afterwards. And then I have some stickers as well that we got at there. Got some pictures from like the radio studio. You can also get a drink there, and that's that. And then again, there's a picture of my mom, so none of your business. Fulliness close again. So on this side, Radio 2 also is on the beach side, and they have different performances today, and we went to see Camille, so I have the signature card from her, and then just some Camille stickers to liven up the page, a little set list from her performance, and then some pictures from the performance, but also just regular stuff, I guess. And then we have the first Tien om te zien page. Tien om te zien is a music program here in Belgium that's also at the beach every year. So my mom and I went to the recording of 2 episodes. Again, this is a picture of the 2 of us that I'm covering up. But for the rest, these are from the people that performed here. And then I have this little Dutch door moment that has a little announcement of the people performing that day, as well as just regular information. So like the date it was recorded, the episode, and then the date it aired. And then I have the full set list with like all the different artists from the day. And because Camille also performed during this show, I have some Camille stickers at the bottom here as well. And then some more pictures from people performing. Then this is from our first of 3 days in Plopsaland. So I cut out a map, put that as a background, and then these pictures are kind of situated, except these ones. The pictures are situated where they were taken. Again, covering up a picture of me and my mom. And then we got a little program of things going on that day, so I put that in here as well. And then they had this Grote 25 music show, and there's a couple of pictures I got from that, but then this also was the set list for the show right here. And then the big event of the summer in Plopsaland was the Drum Show, which is like a celebration show for the 25-year anniversary. And I loved it. I thought it was great. So I have some confetti from the show, I have some quotes, and then the full set list with also like the different artists that were represented by the set list, and then a whole bunch of pictures around here. I still don't love how this turned out, which you might know if you watch my journal with me for this. Another Tinum Tizine day, and this is the same setup as the previous one, except with less pictures because we were a bit more removed from the stage, so there was just less pictures that I in general had that I thought were worthy of putting in my journal, and we weren't just like super grainy. And then we actually went to stay the night in the Plopsaland Hotel, so this is from that, and this was that held our key card, and obviously it doesn't anymore, but it has some other elements to it I thought was fun. They had a meet and greet with Plop, so I have the signature card for that, and then just some random pictures from the hotel that I thought, were a vibe. And then this is from our other park days when we stayed the night. So we have the map in full right here. This is a shopping bag cut up for the background. This is a coin from like the lockers at the pool. This is again a ticket. We also went to the Gert and James Zoomer show, so I have some pictures from that, and then my seat for my ticket, and then these are just some random park photos. And yes, these pages are like, yes, we went to the Drum Show again. I do like this page more than the previous one. I didn't have to bother with putting the set list on here because obviously it's already in the previous page. But yeah, we have another bunch of photos, some confetti, and it's a lot of fun. And then I'm wrapping up these spreads with like a collection of the meals we had because we went out to eat for most days. So I thought it was just fun. So this is a napkin here. This is a takeout menu from one of the places we went. Then Camille released her circus album, so I made a spread for that. Again, I did a video for this on my TikTok if you want to go see that. And then we have already arrived in my July wrap up. So these are the movies I watched, the shows I watched, and the books I read. This is the first book. Just listed with like a little blurb review. And we got a couple of those pages, obviously. So you can pause these and try to read them if you want because they're spoiler free. Then we get to my August page. I have a little Taylor Swift quote over here, and then not that much going on this month, which you'll see through these spreads because it's very much I'm bored and don't know what to do. I was reading Kickaboo comics and I made a list of all the ones, and then I checked off the ones that I read. I'm behind on this. I know that. I haven't checked some of these off in a while. So there we go. That's it. We have a library haul, a review page for The Glass Girl. Is the first time I made a page without Pinterest pictures because I thought with the subject matter of the book it kind of felt one, but I still really like how this page turned out. Then it was Smosh Summer Games, and this is what I mean with you're gonna see that I was bored this month because what is this spread? It's just a recap of the games. It's ridiculous. Then I made pages for Eyes of Wakanda and Wednesday season 2 part 1. So this is just a breakdown per episode, my thoughts on it. Both of these shows. Don't read these though, because there are spoilers in here. Then I realized I gotten a bit out of control with the amount of pre-orders that I had, so I made this pre-order tracker. You can see everything has come in by now. That's great. Then we have a review page for Well Actually by Maisie Eddings. This one is a bit extra. I barely have any writing room, but I love how this turned out. Then we have an end of summer TBR because I just wanted to use some of the summery stationery that I had, and I actually did really good at this. I only missed one book that I still haven't read. Then I did a video where I let a spinner wheel decide what I read for a week, so of course had to recap that. I hate how this page turned out. Then I got a bunch of sticker books, so I did the sticker dump with kind of like stickers that I liked a little bit less. Then Gavin Reads It All. It's a reading sprints on this YouTube account. I always like, when I watch reading sprints, keep track of what I read because I just think it's fun. So that's this. And then this is another family hangout thing. So I have some pictures at the top, some stickers that fit the theme of the day, and then some writing. And then, of course, again, covering up my family because that's none of your business. And I had kind of like a coloring day with my mom where we both just colored and coloring books. And I made a daily for that because I had some like coloring related stickers that I thought were fun to use. And Zomerits, 10 finalists, always ranked them in my personal how much I like these songs, so that's what this is. And then I got the vinyl for emails I can send forward, and it had this giant hype sticker, and I didn't really know what to do with it because I never keep it on my vinyl. So I made this page. Then I made this page for Thunderbolts, which I didn't like this movie, which is a shame because I think this is one of my favorite journal pages I made in the journal. Then the last bit of soundtrack for Milo came out, and I did a little ranking of those new songs. And then, of course, Man's Best Friend. I do want to look at this because, oh yeah, there's definitely been some changes over time. Oh my god, Go-Go Juice at low. Oh, and nobody's son last. This is criminal. And then we have, again, my wrap-up for the month. So that's just the same as in July, just with different things, obviously, because I watched and read different things in August. If I would watch and read the same things each month, that'd be boring. And then I have more Taylor Swift quotes because we started off the August monthly thing with a quote from August by Taylor Swift, so I had to end it as well. And then September is Maisie Peters' time. So I have a quote for that, and then a monthly kind of like divider page, I guess. Again, not that much going on in September, but I won't go as insane in September. This is kind of like a junk journaling inspired spread that I did for another day we went shopping. And then on the back, I did a writing about the day, and then I did another page for Wednesday season 2 part 2 this time. Again, there might be spoilers in here. And then we have a library haul, a review page for The Killer Question. Love this book. Hate this page. Don't look at it. I really don't like it. Then we have Only Murders in the Building season 5. Again, a breakdown of my thoughts on each episode. I really like doing this for like new shows. I just think it's really fun to fill out as each episode comes out weekly. So there we go. Again, definitely spoilers in here though. And of course, that Show Is Baby. Again, one of my favorite albums that came out this year. So I had to make this page for it. And I want to look at the ranking again because I think it's fun. Plastic Box, and Before You Break My Heart, this low, that's definitely like one of my favorites of the album right now. Lip Service, also dangerously low, but I know I had a really hard time ranking this album because I love these songs, but like 10 on 11. Lip Service has been stuck in my head these past couple of days. I don't know what it is. And then I do, as you can tell, do a wrap up each month, but I realized I never really talked about any new music that came out in a month, or like if it was on an album. So I started including that as well. And then the check marks are for songs that go into my playlist, the crosses for the ones that aren't. If you know the format on my channel, you know that. Then I made this quote page for House Drawer by Sabrina Carpenter because the song was just stuck in my head a lot, but also because I saw someone make this digitally, of course, and prettier. This Pretty Girl Avenue sign on Twitter, I believe. And I really like the look of that, so I made it myself. It looks uglier and much more amateur made. More pre-orders. They also all came out. And then we have a page for The Dream by The Favors. I really like how this turned out as well. And then I started ranking all K3 albums on my second channel, so I keep track of those rankings in here as well. The first one I did is Sparrows, and that's how I rank things. And then this is the back of the divider. You can definitely tell kind of like my collage style has changed a lot because I did this when I started this journal, and I did this once I got to this point in the journal, and like styling wise it's so different. Then for the next section in here, so this was a lot because there's technically 2 inserts. These next ones are just going to be single inserts. So this one is another ranking for Alle Kleuren this time. Then we have more reading sprints from Gavin Reads It All, Fun Times. We're going to a couple of like comedy shows in the local theater, so I just listed down all of the ones at the start of the seasons that we're going to. And then we have my fall TBR, which I technically have one day, but I'm far removed from finishing this one. But I did have a lot of fun while making this, and I feel like that's the main reason why I wanted to make these, to just use seasonal stationery and make like pretty spreads, not necessarily because I think I'm actually going to read all of these books, but I actually think I did a better job at it than I ever thought I would. So there we go. Then again, another review page is from Perry by Perry. I haven't been keeping track of when I made things on TikTok. I definitely know I did this one as well. No, I did that on, no, I definitely did this on TikTok. Some dailies. And here I also, I believe at this page I started a journal with me again on my channel, so I'll leave that linked. It's like a week in my journal video. So we have a page for Marvel Zombies, again episode by episode thoughts. Then another daily. I bought a Chemi pen, so this is a tag from that. We have a review page for Catabasis by F1. Very simple page, but I adore it so much. Then we have my wrap up for September. There we go. And then Maisie Peter is back with October, and this is my October intro. And then I have a Halloween movies watch list, and as I predicted in my journal with me, I barely watched any movies of this. I just watched 3, but again, an excuse to use seasonal stationery and have fun making a pretty page. Then some dailies. My page for the Life of a Showgirl by Taylor Swift, and if you watch my journal with me, you know I was going insane because I did not have access to social media or even my laptop just in general. So I colored this whole spread in. I'm so curious to look at this because I feel like my thoughts on this album have changed. It's not actually. The Fate of Ophelia is definitely higher, but I feel like mostly these are still like my most listened to songs plus The Fate of Ophelia. That's fun. So that's not. It's fate, not faith. I can't believe I spelled that one. I didn't notice until now. Then we have Gedoe by Pommelien Thijs. Also a great album. I made this part for. I did learn. I did 2 colors instead of 1. But this one gave me a pain. As you can tell, I made some mistakes here and then I had to fix it. And it was a whole thing. And then, of course, the show of the year, the K3 Originals. Quick spoiler warning in case. I know some people have still strayed away from seeing anything from the show. So these next couple of pages will show pictures from the actual show. I put a little quote over here and then some hard washi stickers because they look like confetti and I thought that was cute. And then I did these waterfall tabs and like this pink, yellow, blue scheme you're going to see throughout this entire spread because this is my set list page, and again here at the top, then my first collage of pictures with Karen Kessel, Kathleen voor altijd jullie K3, which made me so emotional. And then this is another little collage of pictures that I put like the washi tape hearts throughout as well for a bit of, you know, cohesion. And then we have a review page for The Serpent and the Wings of Night, and of course we had a swing, and this was a miss because I don't really love how this turned out, but I love this book though. Another daily, a double spread for Bride and Maid by Ellie Hazelwood. Again, a journal with me of this is on my TikTok, and I did one side completely red, one side completely green to match the books. I tried to copy the font as well that's on the titles, and this was fun. Then some more dailies, another K3 album ranking, this time for Yaya Yippie. Then we have the Mars Singer on Belgium. I love the show. I do videos on my second channel going through like my theories for who I think is in each costume. So I do also little recaps in the journal because I think that's fun. And also have like a correct score here at the bottom. And because I was still in the K3 Originals mood, I made this K3 Original Bobs not on the set list. And I thought that was really fun. And that of course has the same color scheme as the actual like spread for the show. Then we went to our first comedy show of the season, and I just took like the little booklet or like local theater hats with like all of their product, like all of the shows that are coming in it, and I cut up the page for the show that we went to, and it's this, and then this is for my ticket, and I think this is so much fun. Then The Fate of Ophelia, this time spelled correctly, was stuck in my head, particularly this part, so I did a little quote page for it. Then we have new music. I saw there's someone on TikTok do this, to just make a page with like all their favorite washi tapes on it, and this is a selection of mine that I thought were really pretty, and I actually had fun doing this because I went through like my whole collection and I discovered some tapes that I felt like I had to use more often, so there we go. Then I did an underrated K3 Bobs Hannah Martha Julia edition because I thought that was fun as well. And then this again is me going insane. I was actually sick when I did this because I decided to go through my playlist and write down all of the songs with the same title. What I did not account for was just how many there were. So that's a spread. Then Milo finished, so I made another little collage page for that. This time no writing, because I didn't really feel like writing. So I just made this little collage for it. Again, did a journal with me for this on my TikTok. Then we have a page where it's not that deep, a Lovato. Also, I think I made a TikTok for this. So there you go. We have the Master Singer episode 2, a little library haul. I tried something different for this one. I hated how it turned out, so not doing that again. Another comedy show, same concept, just looks a little bit differently. So it has the thing from like that booklet and my ticket on it. Then we have 2 review pages, one for Burial Bones and A Midnight Soul, which is very more is more. And I was like, okay, I went a bit too much on this one, and then I scaled things back down for Love Theoretically. And I do like how this one turned out more, but like as time has come and gone, I do like this more than when I first made it. Again, I think I have videos for both of these on my TikTok. Go check out my TikTok, because I feel like I forgot to mention so many pages that I made videos for, so there we go. Then we have the Marcina episode 3 and another divider. I made this site just Cadre Originals themed, and I am obsessed. Like, I love how this turned out. This time the laminating didn't turn out that well, which you can see, but oh well. Then we have my October wrap up right here. Fun times. And can you tell why I did not want to work in the journal anymore? Like, these pages, it's a hassle. My November intro page, I bought some new washi tape, so I did a little haul. But I felt like I didn't have a lot of like neutrals, and in this box there was like a couple of those, so it's a nice addition to the collection. I ranked all of the Ali Hazelwood books in a video I did, so of course I have to make a page for that as well. Another Cat 3 album ranking, this time from Teen Doesn't Like Bologna, which is a very long album, so this page has a lot on it. Then I made this page for the Fantastic Four First Step. Also went a bit wild on it, but I really love how it turned out. Again, printer cleanup. No More Sinner episode 4. Then we have a page for Daddy Issues by Kid Goldback. Love how this page turned out. And then we actually have another daily. This is when my family came around for my birthday and we played Flip 7 because I'm obsessed with that game. Thank you, Smosh. So I have a page keeping track of the scores that I tipped in. This is a little illustration my grandpa did on the envelope for my birthday card, and this is a picture of my family that of course I'm covering up. And then we get to another shopping page, which is just like a collage of text like I always do. A daily page, another Marcena page, episode 5, and then we have the birthday cards. I like sticking these in my journal just because it's a fun way to keep them still. Then we have my Christmas movies watch list. Again, just like the Halloween movies, it's not necessarily a goal to watch all of these because I watched a couple more than the Halloween movies, but not that many. Just an excuse to use the stationery. Then this is more of like a comedic play than like a stand-up comedy show. But there we go. They also had these flyers from the actual theater company with like, information on it. I do a picture with some of the actors of it. I have a picture of the stage. I just have this random sticker to fill up some space, and that's this spread. Again, I love it. I hate this in this journal though, because this color scheme fits my new journal perfectly, but we're not gonna talk about that. We have another birthday card. This one is in the envelope because it's one of those that music comes out of, and I just know that when it's in the journal and it flips open, it's a hassle if it starts singing randomly. Then we have this page for the city of Brass, so I got to use some of these more neutral washi tapes, and it just worth to buy. LL, I have another Marcina page, this time for episode 6. LL is where I rage quit. I couldn't anymore, so I took out some pages already that I then ended up repurposing in my new journal, but these are all empty pages because I was having such a bad time with this. I feel like this flip through doesn't really show just how much of a hassle this whole thing is, and definitely with like the first section I cut out a lot of times where I just like put the camera down and had to like reorganize these pages so they fit properly. So there we go. And then we have another decorated divider on here, so that is fun. And then that's it for this journal. So that is everything that's like this journal. Good riddance. I still have a hard time just feeling fond feelings towards a journal, even though at the start of my flip through I was starting to feel it, but then by the end of it I felt my frustrations with the journal already way too much, because I feel like it's noticeable in those pages, in the last couple of pages, that I just was not vibing with that journal at all. So whoopsie daisy. I feel like one day I'll have a better relationship towards that, because like I said, there's a lot of good memories in there, but right now it's not that day. What is today is my love for this journal. I'm obsessed with it. It's my next journal, and I have been working on it for like about a month now, because it has taken me a little bit to get around to filming this, and I am obsessed. And you can tell just from even the simplest of pages that there's just much more love and less frustration put into these. But it's another journal from the HEMA. It's a nature or Murphy journal. It's this like cloth outside, which I was a bit nervous about because I thought it was gonna get dirty very quickly, but like this doesn't really leave my room that much, so it shouldn't be. So with this time without frustration, hopefully. And yeah, that's everything I have for you today. I hope you liked this video, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Good.
Here I am again, the same old situation. Why does the God thing have to be so complicated? Should